Hi children, this is Kameshwari, your social teacher. In the last video class, I explained you the first lesson in our history. Today, I am sitting here to teach the second lesson of our history. The name of the lesson is New Kings and Kingdoms. In this medieval period, 7th to 12th centuries, between so many kingdoms emerged, not only by the kings, some of the other caste people also emerged. So many kingdoms in this time. What are those kingdoms? How did they establish it, emerged these overall kingdoms? How did they rule? Let us discuss in this lesson new kings and kingdoms. New kings and kingdoms. In this lesson, many new dynasties emerged after the 7th century. In your textbook, this map is given to you. In this map, in the north part of our India, Chaumanas, Pratihara, Gurjara, and Palas, and some of the Rashtrakutas, these Chalukyas, these are all members established the new kingdoms in our India. These are all not belongs to Kshatriya clan. Some are Brahmins also there. How did they establish, emerge new kingdoms in our India? The emergence of new dynasties. By the 7th century, there were big landlords or various chiefs in different regions of subcontinent. In the subcontinent of India, so many landlords, warriors are there. These are all very powerful in their local areas. The kings often acknowledged them as their subordinates or samantas. Samantas are subordinates, both are same. Samantas maintain the friendship with those kings. They do help those kings. They collected some of the taxes by order of their kings, and they ruled their region as a samanta of that king. They were expected to bring gifts for their kings or overlords, be present at their courts, and provide them with military support. The kings requested to those samantas, you bring lot of gifts to the kings or overlords and be present in the courts of those kings and provide them the military support when they are ready to fight to any kingdom, the neighboring kingdoms. At that time, the samantas supported those kings. Because of these all reasons, they gave lot of importance to samantas. When the samantas gained power and wealth, already they have lot of wealth. Along with that, they had power. At the time, they declared themselves to be a Mahasamanta or Mahamandaleshwara as so on. Mahasamanta, they declared themselves as the king of those regions. Mahamandaleshwara, these titles they used, and they declared themselves the kings in those regions. Sometimes they asserted their independence from their overlords. They got the independence from their overlords also. One such instant was that in the Rashtrakutas in Deccan. One example is given in your textbook, that explains you about the Rashtrakutas. Rashtrakutas were the subordinates of Chalukyas of Karnataka. At the time, in the mid of the 8th century, Chalukyas were ruling the Karnataka area. At the time, the Rashtrakutas were the subordinates of the Chalukyas. Dantidurga. Dantidurga is the founder of Rashtrakutas kingdom. He is the Rashtrakuta chief. At the time, the Chalukya king was Kirtivarma II. Kirtivarma II is ruling the Karnataka state. The Dantadurga is the Samanta of Rashtrakuta Chalukya's king. At the time, he performed one ritual, Hiranyagarbha. He declared himself as the king of that region. What is the meaning of Hiranyagarbha? Means the golden womb. When this ritual was performed with the help of Brahmanas, by birth, the Dantadurga was not a Kshatriya. That's why he had done one ritual, Hiranyagarbha. If anyone do that Hiranyagarbha ritual, of this he changed his caste to Kshatriya clan. Even he was not born in that Kshatriya clan. When this ritual was performed with the help of Brahmanas, so who did this Hiranyagarbha ritual is by the Brahmins. It was thought to lead to the rebirth of a sacrifices as Kshatriya. Now, the Dantadurga had done the Hiranyagarbha ritual with the help of Brahmanas. With this Hiranyagarbha ritual, he had rebirth as a Kshatriya. Even he was not one by birth. Among in these Kshatriyas, Dhruva, Govinda, Amogha Rundava Karka, these are the important rulers of the Rashtrakutas clan. Among the Rashtrakutas, Amogha is the greatest person. He wrote one book, Kaviraja Marga, in Kannada language. If you want to read the history of Rashtrakutas, you will read the book Kaviraja Marga that was written by the Amogha and their capital was Ellora. Ellora caves were constructed by Krishna. He is one of the ruler of Rashtrakutas. That is about our Rashtrakutas. Next, in other cases, men from enterprising families used their military skills to carve out kingdoms. Some of the other people also, they declared themselves as the kings of those areas, kingdoms. Who are those people? Gurjara Pratihara and Harichandra, Kadamba Mayura Sharma. These people belongs to not a Kshatriya clan, but after those were they were Brahmins actually, they who gave up their traditional professions and they took to arms successfully. They ruled their regions. For instance, Kadamba Mayur Varma and Gurjara Pratihara Harichandra were Brahmanas. These three were Brahmanas. What are the duties of Brahmanas? They are doing the rituals and performance the yajnas and yagas. But they did not do these all works. They gave up their traditional professions and took arms, successfully establishing the kingdoms in Karnataka and Rajasthan also. So, at those times, people established the new kingdoms and they successfully ruled those areas also. Okay children, in this video, I explained you non-Kshatriya clan people also emerged new kingdoms. Some of the Brahmanas, some of the other people established their kingdoms. What did they do? After establishing the kingdoms, how did they administer the region and how did they rule? People accepted their ruling or not? These are all things next video I will explain. Okay children, bye.